Welcome back to MMRA Racing. It's time to head back to Riverview Speedway now for an exciting Fast and Furious Pro Division feature race. Here they work into turn number 3 with Tony Cox, the pole sitter, leading him down to the green flag, but at the start it was number 3 of Bill Christie jumping out to the early lead. Right behind the leaders was a great battle for third position between the number 15 of Tyler Brown and the 25 of Nick Profit on the outside. Number 8 of Chris Wilson was looking on in 5th, looking for any opportunity to get by. Just a couple laps later, as the leaders come up on slower traffic, Tony Cox gets the opportunity he's been looking for to take the lead from Bill Christie as he goes down to the inside through turns 1 and 2 and completes the pass down in turns 3 and 4. The laps click off fast at Riverview. The Tennessee boys continued to show their strength as just a few laps later it was Tyler Brown sticking the nose of the number 15 underneath former champion Bill Christie. And just a short time later, it would be slower traffic that would contribute to the first caution of the evening in the Pro Division. As Bill Christie goes high around a slower car, Nick Profit goes to the inside, the two get together, and Christie comes to rest up in turns 3 and 4 of the Speedway. Here's another camera angle of the incident down in turns 3 and 4. With only 12 laps in, attrition was starting to take its toll. Here's the number 2 of Mark Rouse, who headed to the pits for some quick duct tape repairs and was later able to rejoin the field at the rear without losing a lap. On the restart, Tony Cox jumped out to the early lead again, but there was a big battle for second place between the number 15 of Tyler Brown, Chris Wilson in the 8, and Nick Profit in the 25. In fact, there were great battles all through the field, especially at the back where Mark Rouse and Bill Christie were trying to work their way back up toward the front of the field. The hardest crash of the night was one that our cameras missed up in turns 1 and 2 as Chris Willis in the number 33 car made hard contact with the wall, knocking an oil line loose and causing a brief fire under hood. Ground crews arrived quickly with fire extinguishers to ensure that the fire was in fact out on the 33 and then pulled Chris from the car. This was Chris's first ever Baby Grand race. He's also a mini cup racer in MMRA and was planning on racing in the Open Division race this same night, but unfortunately this crash put an end to his night and did a lot of heavy damage to the 33 car. Chris was fine though, and racing in his mini cup again the following week at Riverview. Tony Cox was still out front for the restart, but he had the young guns on his tail, starting with the number 8 of 14-year-old Chris Wilson. Just a few laps later, Chris went into turn 1 high, then crossed over underneath Tony Cox, who was going to make him work hard for the lead in this race. But Chris did make the pass and went on to become another first-time winner in the MMRA Touring Series.
And he was talking about what a great job you were doing, and that was when he was in second place. Tell us how you got around it.
Well, I just had to wait until he slipped up, and I had to get right under him. And he's hard to pass, so he won't give me no room.
How long you been racing?
About 3 years.
You've been racing Baby Grands 3 years?
No, this is my first year. My dad's drove it for 3 years.
Man, you did a heck of a job. Now, tell these people up here how old you are.
I'm 14 years old.
What about that, folks? He's 14 years old. Is that a race driver?
The slick conditions and lightning-fast speeds at Riverview Speedway made this a tremendous achievement for young Chris Wilson. I'll bet we'll see him in victory lane more this year. Now let's take a look at the full finishing order from Riverview. Well, it's time to file away another exciting MMRA Touring Series race, but stay tuned because when we come back, we'll head up to Hoosier Country and Anderson Speedway in Anderson, Indiana for an exciting Future Stars feature race.